All right, guys. Well, we are back with Mr. Eric Rhoads, who I consider one of the leading art marketers in the world, if not the number one. And we're going to be talking a little bit about online marketing. Eric, tell us a little bit more.
Well, online marketing is always misperceived. We have this sense that because we have all these people following us on social media, Facebook and Instagram and so on, that is a great place to sell. Now it can be, but the only way it works is if you employ the important principles of marketing, and those principles apply to everything, whether it's social media or otherwise. Repetition is one of those important principles, but also branding is very important. But we have this perception that, oh, I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, so I'm going to post something on Facebook. And the reality is Facebook has an algorithm, and it only produces 2% of your friend base will see what you've posted. And the only way to get that up is you have to increase engagement. That means you have to get people engaging with you, more comments, more interaction, and that will boost you up. But even then, it might boost you to 5 or 6%. The other thing is that we tend to have like people. In other words, I'm an artist, and so most of my friends are artists. Artists do buy paintings, but not nearly as much as other people. And so if you're talking to the choir, you're not necessarily going to sell paintings. So you have to have a whole strategy to pull people into your Facebook or Instagram who are people who are likely to buy art. So how do you do that? Well, you have to find those people in groups and forums that are involved in things where you know that they're buying art. For instance, if you found an art collectors forum, and then what you do is you do commenting. You do smart commenting. You don't say, hey, come to my website. You don't do anything like that. You just do smart comments, not smart aleck comments. And you say something like, that was really interesting. When I was in Bora Bora doing some painting, I discovered the same thing to be true. And here's what happened. What happens is people will start seeing you consistently, and they'll go, oh, that guy Eric keeps commenting. I'm going to go visit his Facebook page and see what he's about. Then they visit you, then hopefully they friend you, and then you now have the right kind of customer. Now you have to still talk to them, and then you really want to lead them off of your Facebook page into another environment where you can grab their name. So if you're posting something that says, hey, by the way, I've got a free ebook on my best paintings, just go to my website, and then they go there and they put their email in to get the ebook. Now you have the ability to communicate with them, talk to them through your newsletter or other means, so that you have more opportunity for what I talk about as being repetition, frequency and repetition.
Definitely. And do you recommend spending money on boosting your posts in Facebook?
I think boosting is a complete waste of time. I have used boosting. I spend a lot of money on Facebook. I spend close to $600,000 a year on Facebook. So we're very, very into Facebook, and we only do it because we will get a 2 or 3 to 1 return on our spend, and we bring a lot of new customers in. And part of that is understanding lifetime value. So if somebody comes in as an initial customer, I may have to spend a lot of money to get them in there. But then if I can turn them into a customer, if you can turn yours into, they buy 1 painting and then they buy 4 more over the course of the next 2 years, then that's the lifetime value. So they buy 4 paintings at $4,000, you got a big lifetime value. So sometimes we're willing to take a loss. We will do Facebook advertising. Most artists misunderstand it. And Facebook is really great for taking away your money and not giving you the kind of results that you want. It's because we all misunderstand how to do it. We think that targeting is the answer, and we go in, and if we hit very specific targets, we actually have found out that hitting specific targets, all it does is it drives your ad rates up. So we have a very specific strategy that we teach that I can't get into today, but it's very specific, and it gets into really getting results. Now, ultimately, I can't live on a 50% cost of sale. That's too high. That's why I have to have a system then to convert them into coming to my website, coming to buying other things, because if I spend 50% of the money to get 1 sale, that's not good enough in my world. It might be good enough in your world.
And you actually also teach a lot of this stuff. I've got your videos here, and I learnt so much out of them. There's one here, social media marketing with Laurie McNee.
Right.
Laurie's a fantastic woman as well. But that information is so valuable. And from what I can see, even in my business, most artists are completely unawares of what they have to do with their business.
You know, what they need to do, Graeme, is we have to understand that we became artists because we wanted to be artists. We didn't want to be business people. And yet, if we want to live off of our art, we have to sell it. We have to be willing to admit that we are business people. That's the first hurdle to overcome. You know, you say, well, I'm an artist, I don't know how to do all these things. It's just a matter of developing your muscles, right? I had to develop an accounting muscle up here, and I had to learn accounting. I had to develop a marketing muscle. It wasn't natural. It took me 30 years to really learn it. I had to develop a CEO muscle. And so when we're an artist who's running a business, if you will, and our business is selling paintings, we have to just say to ourselves, look, I'm an artist, but I'm an artist who today I'm wearing my CEO hat, or today I'm wearing my marketing hat, or today I'm wearing my accounting hat. And then you kind of can justify it. But I recommend that when you first learn marketing, first off, you study it, you consume everything you possibly can. Don't copy the big marketers. Don't copy what you see Coca-Cola doing on television. They have very specific reasons. And if you're doing a Got Milk campaign knockoff or something like that, you're missing the boat. You're not doing, you're using a line that isn't necessarily going to accomplish what you need to accomplish, but there's a lot of copying. So spend 80% of your time in the beginning learning marketing, and when you first start doing it, and then once you get it down and you get some momentum built, then you can cut it back down to 20% and then maybe even 10%. You've got to keep feeding the beast. You got to keep putting your money out for your advertising or however you're making yourself visible, because you got to stay in front of people all the time. You got to do shows all the time. And so it's a matter of repetition. But if you develop those muscles, you'll be thankful you've got them. I know you're an artist and you developed incredible muscles.
Yeah, they're all gone now. At the age of 62, just faded away.
You got a big muscle here.
Yeah, occasionally it clicks in here. So, all right, well, thank you, Eric. That was amazing. The information that you gave was just incredible. But we also have a fantastic opportunity to go in and view a webinar that you've put together that explains a lot more detail of what's going on, and we'll be doing this over a period of time as well. So my suggestion is the link at the bottom there where you can see the webinar. Go and listen to Eric speak about art marketing once again, and get all of that fantastic information, and it'll definitely change your life. I can guarantee you that much.